place. Even your emotion had an echo in so much space. When you out there without care, I was out of tone. But it wasn't because I didn't know, no. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. I hope that you're having the time of your life. Think twice. That's my only advice. Oh, who do you think you are? Oh, bless your soul. Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful Monday morning. By the way, guys, did you hear that Shure, the brand that produces this microphone, Shure has just announced, and they've just begun to to send out the brand new, they have an upgraded version of this mic. This is the Shure SM7B. The new one is the Shure SM7DB. And it's right under $500. These things, they're not cheap. They're about 400 some odd. And they've outdone themselves. You know, apparently you don't need a cloud lifter for the new one. The new mic comes there's a component in there that sort of serves as a cloud lifter. With this one, you need that depending on the equipment you're using. But I thought I'd share that with you. Isn't that great news? I think that's fantastic news. I do. Guys, I hope you had a great weekend. I did. And once again, it's time to hit the tires and light the fires. I tell you what. You know, before we begin this, and I mentioned this earlier, I was doing a live vlog downstairs, a street vlog, and I mentioned this earlier. Did you guys hear that for the first time here after 27 years, they finally made their first arrest on a suspect that they think had something to do with the death and the untimely demise, the murder of Tupac Shakur, you know, the gangster rapper. And there's a lot going on there. I mean, there's some conspiracy theories out there mess you up. One conspiracy theory I heard was that the killer was actually sitting in the back seat of the car. Another conspiracy theory I heard was that Tupac Shakur's vehicle was marked. And, you know, some people say Diddy had something to do with it. And we'll see how the score comes out. Of course, with the advent of the internet, all kinds of conspiracy theories are going to start floating through the air. So it's going to be a very interesting next several months as we hear from the suspects and we hear what the police say. We'll see how the score comes out. Okay, a few shout outs to you, precious people. Before I begin, precious people, thank you. I'm watching from Mutendere. Thank you, Mutendere. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you so much. Hello, Mr. Mwere. Hello. The music from our own Mr. Clean Zambia. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you. All right, guys, let's get into it. I just wanted to briefly share something with you. You know, I was watching Miles. You know who Miles Sampa is. Miles happens to be a dear friend of mine. I love him. And he was doing this thing. He's the member of parliament for Matera constituency for the PF. He's a PF representative. The people of Matero selected him to represent them in Parliament. And so, he's been doing some pretty hot stuff on social media. He's been working on a road in his constituency, and he's showing you the progress of that project as he sort of advances in that regard. Well, one of the videos that he has recently posted, and I want to highlight this because I think, these are the conversations we should be having. He went to a place called, and I know you guys know this is Muchinga Grounds. Have you ever heard of this? Apparently, most compounds have this. It doesn't matter if you go to Chivolia. Chivolia has one. Kanyama has one. I know Chainda has one. These open grounds where the young people play soccer there. They play football and things. The kids in the community, they go there to play football. It's an open piece of land. The land is it's owned by the government. It's council land, basically. What I'm trying to say is that it's not private land. It's council land. And because it's council land, it doesn't belong to any one individual. In a sense, it belongs to the community. So in this case, Muchinga Grounds belongs to the community of Muchinga. Now, Miles Sampa went through there and he highlighted something very interesting. He said, and he showed, if you go to Miles Sampa's page, he showed the grounds. He drives through there. He's got his phone in his parliamentary vehicle. What's the name of that car? I forget the brand of that car, but he's driving through and he comes to this spot, this open field where the kids are playing, and he highlights the fact that there is an intent to utilize that government land and build a school for the community. I want you to follow me. Now, while he's shooting this, some obscure guy, we don't know who the hell he is, he just came out of the woodworks. He approached Miles and he says, Sampa, we hear that the government wants to build a school on this football pitch. We don't need a school here, he said. They can take that school somewhere else. We've been using this pitch, the ground. We've been using these grounds for football matches, and we use this for the community, and this is where we come. Now, anytime, I must warn you, anytime you're dealing with council land, cadres are involved. It means in that community, there is a group of cadres who are benefiting personally from that land. Are you hearing me? So when someone comes and pushes against an idea for development, it only means one thing, brothers and sisters. It means cadres are involved. It means unscrupulous chaps have seen a threat to their revenue stream. Therefore, they oppose, they push against the idea of a school being built. But brothers and sisters, I can assure you that when you hear a young man talk and say, we don't want a school, they are thinking of it from a selfish perspective. They are not even thinking about the community. They're not. So when I saw Miles, Miles is a consummate politician. I mean, the guy, he knows how to talk to these people. He says, no, I'll deliver your message. The difference between Miles and I is I'm not a politician. I'm not a politician. I don't represent any party. I don't run for any office. I'm a citizen. I'm a son of the soil, is what it is. So I don't have to be politically correct. But Miles reads the room. Whereas I would have said to the guy, if government wants to build a school here, let them build it. Who are you to tell government that they can't build a school? Moreover, a school is more beneficial to this community than this football pitch. We can look for football pitches. In fact, the school itself can have a football pitch incorporated in the design. That's what I would say. But, Miles, because Miles is a politician, he has to speak politically correct. And, in some cases, that's right, because he knows that he's dealing with constituents. Miles said, no, I've heard what you've said. Me, I'll go and report and tell them what your feelings are. Guys, here's what I want to share with you. Don't always give what the people want, because sometimes they don't know what they want. Remember that old song by Bob Marley? Give the people what they want, what they want, what they want. Give them water and shelter, something like that. Well, you can't always give people what they want, because the people sometimes don't know what they want. I'll give you an example. In 1993-94, for those of you that are familiar with the topography of this area, opposite Simoson building, before City Market came about, this was during the tenure of Bachiruba. Remember, this was 1993-94. What you see today as a City Market was just an open Munyaule sort of arrangement. For those of you that are familiar with Munyaule Market is today what City Market was in 1994. Let me say that again. For those of you that, where Munyaule Market is? Munyaule, that market there on Lumumba Road. It's just full of shacks. It's full of unplanned structures. Do you know who's in charge of Munyaule Market? It's cadres. Not even Lusaka City Council. City Council does not collect a revenue from Munyaule Market. It doesn't. The money that comes from Munyaule is shared amongst cadres. Why do you think cadres don't like it when the government says, no, Munyaule Market tizapwanya, tizapasa developer, azabwera amangechi market, now ultra-modern market, so that the community can benefit? Iyo, cadres sivafuna. They don't want that. Why chi ultra-modern market? For what? Yamene Munyaule, ndiye yamene tifuna. Ine market ikweti ama shacks amalata ifiko bali sunda mo bali nyamo bali chefyonse fichitika Munyaule ama fi drainage ya bali shinka drainage. Why? Because they've built on the drainage systems. Munyaule Market is completely owned by cadres. Don't always give the people what they want, because sometimes they don't know what they want. So in 1994, Munyaule is today what City Market used to be. In other words, City Market used to look like Munyaule. But in 1994, Bachiruba came up with this plan to build a brand new market. And I must tell you, I know this because I was here. I must tell you, it was an uphill battle. My goodness. No manga mwatufumia panchende City Market. If you remove us from this space that you are saying you want to build a market and call it City Market, ngamwati chosa pano tizaenda kuti. It was hot. Or as we say in Zambia, it was hot. It was hot. Baima, bantu baima. Tatura chifaya City Market. Turefaya fie ne confusioni. Turefaya malata. Turefaya misu. Turefaya mafi. Turefaya fiko everywhere. Tatura chifaya chi new market. Pantunga mwatu tamfia pano twala kwisa. Abana bara chula kumayanda. Amasikuru tatwalipire. twala isa chita fwifwix bonse twala chashani twala fwa. Chiluba said no. Mulefwa ya nanguta mulefwa ya o ichebo kuchikula chokani pa chitenya pa trofo kula market lekeni no mbebese ba ZNS Zambia National Service bali saba kusa wonse lekeni no bachikule chi city market bachimanga. This market was built in collaboration with an Israeli firm, construction firm. Some of you don't know that. It was by ZNS, Balibanga, Babidi, Zambia National Service, and Israeli company. They ever could the city market. Bakabachikula. Papa. Yes. Someone mangain. How this is good. The same people who were shouting 2-3 years before, saying, no, are the same people when they saw the edifice. In those days, City Market was a gem. It was the blue-eyed boy of this community. Yes, my goodness. So my point is, even in Munyaule, as we speak now, there is a concerted pushback effort by cadres who are directly benefiting from Munyaule market, who don't want that thing to be demolished, to pave way so that they can pave way so that Lusaka City Council, so that local government can move in, build an ultra-modern structure that saves the community. No, these cadres, they don't want that because it means it affects their pockets. Do you see the selfishness of these people? Do you now see why I detest them? Do you see why I loathe them? I find cadres the most repugnant, the most repulsive, the most putrid people that you can ever see on the face of the earth. Cadres. My admonition to the local government, don't listen to these jokers. Ilia project, ilia moving. Full steam ahead. Ngani kuchipwanya chimunyaule chipwanyeni. Pave way for a new structure. Lumumba Road. Tule kwate fuma shacks. Lumumba Road. Lumumba Road. Amanata. No, man. You go there. Local government. Demolish that thing. Get rid of those cadres that are in charge of that cacophony of noise and confusion. And let me tell you, brothers and sisters, don't be deceived. The money they are getting from Munyaule Market, those cadres. Remember, Lusaka City Council does not get any money. Don't let them lie to you. Kuti Council collects revenue for fee. It is cadres who benefit from that thing. Because as you know, people take advantage. Whenever you've got upper confusion, nechimfulunganya. Bantu in that cacophony of confusion, they are making money. They are making money at the expense of the community. Where there's lawlessness, people are making money at the expense of the community. But when you bring in order, that's when things are clear. Oh, so impia, shifumapa, shioko. But where there's confusion, you can't tell who's making money and who's not. That's what they want. So my point is, don't always give what the people want, because sometimes they don't know what they want. So Iria Muchinga grounds, build a school there. Incorporate a football pitch in the design of the school. Don't listen to the community. Those people who come born, don't listen to those chaps. They know nothing. It is cadres who want to benefit there. Just build a school there. When you do that, incorporate a pitch within the design of the school. Simple. It's a win-win situation. It is not an either-or, which is what they want you to believe. Kuti, it's either or. There's no either-or here. It's a win-win. Win-win. Build a school, incorporate a playground, football pitch. Kwasida. Monyaule. Remove that thing. Put a new building there. End of story. All right. That's what I wanted to share with you. 20 minutes I've been speaking. Why are Zambians still tolerant? Those you refer to as cadres. Are they still in charge? If not, why? They're allowed to run amok. Yeah, they are. They are. I mean, especially Munyaule. They are. They are. Super can. Okay, let's read this one. While the idea of a school being built is ideal, it is critical that some spaces are left for recreational facilities. Yes, this is what we're saying. Build a school with recreational facilities. It's a win-win situation. When you build a school, it doesn't mean the whole school is just classrooms. No, you build a structure that has sports facilities, recreational facilities. Recreational facilities, open spaces that serve a critical purpose of community regeneration. Lusaka is a construction site built up, yet zero recreational facilities. What communities are we building? I agree with you, Cage. Is this Cage? This is a very good comment. And my response to this is it's a win-win situation. It doesn't have to be an either or. It doesn't have to be, it's either you leave it as a football pitch or you build it as a school. No, I believe you can have both. The design has to incorporate a playground, a facility, a sports facility, and that way the community wins. But if you leave it to the devices of that man who walked up to Miles and said, no, kuno sitifuna school. Can you imagine the downess? Omuntu na 5 senses aisati foi skuru panota turefwa turetea bora mulu bansa. And those are the people who be running as the counselor for that area. Mla umfa uriawa chichisa approach Miles muitambe video. I don't even know who the hell that guy is. Aba fidia ebe samukuchisa run as I'm a counselor for their area. Number, can you imagine a counselor with such thinking? That's why we have to, when we elect counselors, let's elect people that have the community at heart, not their own personal pockets. Nonsense. Nonsense. All righty. Okay, I thought I'd share that with you guys. God bless. Have a great day.